India has issued an advisory urging its citizens not to travel to Iran or Israel following a sharp rise in tensions between the two countries, and asking all Indian nationals living in the two countries to observe utmost precaution for their safety. The advisory was issued against the backdrop of a growing number of reports about an Iranian attack on Israel or Israeli interests in retaliation on an Iranian diplomatic compound in Syria that killed 7 people, including 3 generals. This is the latest that we're tracking for all our viewers on the broadcast. This morning, India has issued a travel advisory for Iran and Israel. I have, in fact, the advisory open with me on my screen over here. I request my team upstairs if they can, in fact, cue this so that I can show it to my viewers and they can, in fact, see what exactly the Ministry of External Affairs maintains. Right there on your screens, you can see there's a travel advisory for Iran and Israel that has been issued by the MEA. The MEA states that in view of the prevailing situation in the region, all Indians are advised not to travel to Iran or Israel till further notice. All those who are currently residing in Iran or Israel are requested to get in touch with Indian embassies there and register themselves. The MEA has further stated that Indian nationals in these countries are also requested to observe utmost precaution about their safety and restrict their movements to the minimum. This is, of course, dated 12th April, that is yesterday. My colleague Brian Anthony Thomas joins us on the broadcast this morning. Brian, what has prompted the MEA to issue this statement?
Well, Pia, talking about the advisory first, just yesterday the MEA issued a travel advisory regarding Iran and Israel, urging all Indian nationals to now refrain from traveling to these countries until there is a further notice given by the MEA. And this advisory also, which was convened or rather conveyed by MEA spokesperson Randeep Jaiswal also on a platform X, comes amidst this heightened tensions fueled by recent events also, and as a result of that also there was a strike also on the Iranian consulate in Syria, which Iran also attributed to Israel. And given this very escalating situation also that is on a high rise, there are concerns that Tehran might also retaliate, potentially putting those in Israel at risk as well. And in addition also to advising against travel, also the MEA also emphasized the importance of Indians currently residing in Iran or Israel to connect with the Indian embassies in those very nations and register themselves. And furthermore, also they are urged to exercise extreme caution for their safety, minimizing their movement as much as possible. And also to, responding to the situation also, India announced the relocation of its staff also from the consulate of Sittwe and Myanmar to Yangon also due to security concerns in the region, particularly in Rakhine state as well. And also, PR, the MEA assured that necessary measures are also being taken to ensure the safety and security of all the Indian citizens, with the consulate in Mandela also remaining operational, and also to the fact that MEA has said to all the Indians who are residing in Iran and Israel to register themselves as much as possible and to restrict the travel if they are there as much as they can, because as the situation is escalating, tensions are also growing, and to the fact that even MEA is urging all the Indians to stop their travel, or rather cut down the travel on Israel towards Israel and Iran.
Indeed, Brian, I'd like to thank you for joining us on the broadcast. But also with us on the broadcast this morning is Mr. Sanjeev Srivastav, International Affairs expert. Good morning, sir, and thank you for joining us on NewsX. Now, MEA has issued a travel advisory for Israel and Iran, even as tensions in the Middle East are mounting. There have been certain reports that are trickling in, especially in foreign media, regarding US intelligence being warned of an Iranian strike that might hit Israel, and Israel also preparing for retaliation. Nothing has taken place as of now, but do you think the situation will escalate?
Well, Pia, first of all, a very good morning to you. Good morning to all the viewers. Situation is quite tense at this point of time, and all sorts of caution and alert must put in place certainly, because anything can happen, and all sorts of scenarios must be given due consideration, but the worst case scenarios too. And accordingly, preparation should be made, and that's what precisely our Ministry of External Affairs has done. And considering the kind of tension which is prevailing after the attack on Iranian consulate in Syria, there could be Iranian response against this attack. Though, in my assessment, Iran would not like to go for any kind of a direct attack against Israel, because that will invite a very big response from Israel and United States of America that might target the vital assets of Iran, including their nuclear installations. So those kind of scenarios are very much there. Israel is preparing hard to respond to any Iranian attack. But at this point of time, because of the tension is prevailing, so all caution and care must be put in place. And that's why Ministry of External Affairs had advised Indians not to travel at this point of time to either Iran and Israel. And those who are residing inside Israel and Iran at this point of time must be very careful, and their movement should be, at minimal. And also, I'd like to say here, Pia, that the Israeli, institutions in India and Israeli-linked various places must be also given, due security covered at this point of time, and all caution and care must be taken with regard to the Israeli institutions inside India, because there is also a possibility that if Iran does not attack directly on Israel, then they might target Israeli assets abroad through their proxies, through their various terrorist organizations which they support. So those kind of scenarios should also be given a very serious consideration, and that Iran might attack Israeli-linked assets abroad using their proxies. So those possibilities are also there, and that is why all caution, all care must be given by the government of India, and that's what precisely government of India is doing. Our intelligence agencies must also be on high alert at this point of time, and all care and caution must be taken to avoid any kind of situation which goes against the Indians, either inside Israel or the people of Israel who are residing inside India.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.